out of all the new voices, I'd say Sasori was the worst. Of Deidara's was decent, and I seen a comment on one of my videos saying that Deidara should have had a French voice. That was so stupid.
Wow.
That was dumb. Why? Because a lot of French people are artists. That is a terrible stereotype.
Exactly. That's like saying that all black people like fried chicken.
That wasn't funny, man.
It wasn't funny.
Okay, so that's getting off topic, but anyway, like I think Roger Craig Smith did an okay job as Deidara, but I like Quentin Flynn better at the end. So 135. Sasori was okay. The gameplay version of Sasori's voice, like when you were, like I chose Sasori to play with him, like he didn't do a good job at all in the voice acting. What's the guy that does his voice?
JB Blank, that guy?
Like in gameplay, it didn't sound very good, but in the cinematic cutscenes sound pretty good.
Yeah, like
a little better.
When I first heard the voices, like during the first Akatsuki conversation, people thought Quentin Flynn, be a okay choice. But then I think that people say that Roger Craig Smith did a decent job because that voice fits the look of Deidara. Because it's weird if you have how this voice doesn't match that body. Like it's basically having like listening to Piccolo's voice coming out of Gohan's body. That's pretty strange.
Yeah. Like Lindsay Lohan singing like Miley Cyrus.
Well, that's not. Wait. Yeah, I can imagine that. No, it's like hearing Miley Cyrus sing like Metallica.
Oh my God.
Okay, but yeah, like Ultimate Ninja 4. I felt if you have the Ultimate Ninja 3 saved it, for me, there's no reason to do hero mode where you unlock all the kid characters. The only reason I'm going to do it is because if you complete it, you unlock the 4th Hokage.
Yeah. So, okay. Now let's talk about two games: Ultimate Ninja Heroes 1 and 2. So why don't you start, EJ?
Oh, the ones
start.
I haven't played those yet. But I've seen some videos.
Okay. I'll start it. Okay. Basically, Ultimate Ninja Heroes 1 is a portable Ultimate Ninja. The Ultimate Ninja Heroes 1, basically, it doesn't exist in Japan because they have their own version of it. But, basically, you get to play as, 20 people. The story mode is essentially the story mode of the show up to, when you meet Itachi. And, but it's not an RPG. It's just you select the missions, in a way.
Yeah, there's a heroes mode where you fight a number of enemies. There are 4 different difficulties: easy, normal, hard, and insane. The easy unlocks Guy and Kakashi. The normal unlocks Gaara. The hard unlocks the 3 Sannin, and the insane unlocks Itachi and Kisame.
Yeah. And Ultimate Ninja Heroes 2, basically, this is a port from the Japanese version. It's an original story where you're in this castle, and there are 100 floors you have to complete. There are more characters. The graphics have slightly improved, and the story, everyone says, is overall much better. And it's a rival to Ultimate Ninja's game for the PS2.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I never liked about Heroes 2 is that they only had 3 characters. What I know was really stupid. They had a Zabuza and Aku cutscene. They weren't even in the game.
Yeah, but I think it's because you meet the dead people in the game, so that makes sense. But I know where you're coming from with that. But so yeah, the next one we're gonna talk about is Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Basically, do you guys think people say it's hailed as the best Naruto game? Do you think there could have been improvements? Do you think that, everything they did was spot on? What do you think?
Well, I actually think it's not the best Naruto game. Well, although graphics-wise I would. The mouth types are as bad as the ones in Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. And the gameplay is the same as in every Ultimate Ninja game. You jump with X, you throw shurikens at people with a square button. You hit with the circle. That's pretty. And then you use a triangle button to use that chakra special with the circle. So it's pretty much the same gameplay. I didn't like the repetitive mini games that were in the other Ultimate Ninja games. RPG mode was way too boring because you would only use Naruto, and you can go anywhere outside of the village. So that was pretty bad. What do you think, Chris?
Okay, I think that, like you said, it's the best when it comes to graphics, but if you just like see a few videos, you're like, oh my god, this is the best. But if you actually sit down and play for a while, it's not really that good because like the fighting is decent, but you only use one button to attack, and also when you're playing 2-player, it's kind of hard for 2-player to like see since he's like all the way back there.
Yeah,
and
another drawback that they had was the fact that there was no online. They had a limited amount of characters, a very short story mode. I think probably shorter than like an Ultimate Ninja 3.
Yeah.
And the support characters that you were able to download from PlayStation Network, those should have been the playable characters. That could have made the story longer. But another thing I like about the Ultimate Ninja series is that because of the missions that they added, a player doesn't get bored. You collect your money, you go to the shop, you buy all your collectibles. So that really so that's a lot of really good replay value, and I'm really impressed with that.
Yeah, but yeah, like the RPG basically it sucked because like you're only moving in Konoha and collecting those scrolls and just jumping around. But yeah, the story it's not like as intuitive like Broken Bond. Like Broken Bond, you can actually train like to do the Rasengan. You actually have to swirl and stuff around. And then like, the training is more hands-on in Broken Bond. In this game, you're just like running up trees to do training. So that's something I really, really think they could have done better.
Yeah, another thing that I never liked about Storm was the fact that you only did when you only had the button input to start the jutsus, and I think they should have added the button mashing and the spinning of the analog stick. So that was really disappointing.
Yeah,
What do you think, PJ?
I haven't played Ultimate Ninja Storm. I don't have it, but sometimes when I'm like at a game store, I'm like, should I get this game or this game? I never pick Ultimate Ninja Storm because I've only played the demo, and the demo was okay. Like the gameplay, like the graphics are good, but then like they say, graphics don't make the game. Like the graphics were good, and the gameplay was just okay.
Yeah, it's like it's too much button mashing essentially, right?
Exactly.
That's a button masher's dream. Hell yeah. You know what? I know this may sound stupid, and I know we're gonna get a lot of bad comments about this, but I'm actually saying that even though Broken Bond didn't have as good graphics as Storm, I actually think it was really good to be in the best Naruto game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Other than a few like a few limited characters, the story mode was great in length. There was online, which was an improvement. The tournament mode, and the fact that you go around Konoha, Tantoku Town, a bunch of other villages, doing a bunch of missions for the replay value. I'm actually saying that the game went close. So yeah.
Yeah, people put Broken Bond.
The gameplay makes the game. That's it.
Exactly, that's the gameplay. I liked the fighting in Broken Bond. It's more addicting than Storm. But, yeah, granted, it'll get boring after a while. Like, all games eventually will get boring after a while. Like, there's no one game that can keep you going for years. But, yeah, I think, like, if they made the graphics better, it would have been a better game.
Yeah. They should have added more characters.
Yeah, like, what was up with how you couldn't play as the first and second Hokage, yet you fight them in the story? And
Tenten and Kankuro... Even though Kankuro wasn't in Sasuke Uchiha, he wasn't even playable. And I know in the vlog you said they should have added downloadable content. I do agree with that. Plus, the most messed up part is they didn't even add